afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. Charlotte DeLuste is in for Susan, who's back down in South Carolina taking care of family business, so escaping the smoke perhaps, too.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's our top story today. It's the smoke in southern Wisconsin has some of the dirtiest air in the world today, so when will it let up?
Former President Trump is vowing to get even, claiming the federal charges against him are part of a political attack. Comes Skyler Henry in Washington with the audio recording cited in the indictment.
And the man responsible for Saturday's armed rebellion in Russia has left the country and is seeking protection in Belarus.
Let's take a look outside. Despite the smoke, life goes on.
Right, it sure does, but it's not easy out there.
No, smoke and possible storms. Maybe that would clear things out a bit. Julian's in the backyard with more on that.
That's what we're hoping for once we get into the rest of this work week, is from change in wind direction and some rain to really start to help out, alleviate the situation that we're in as of right now. Because as you guys mentioned, our air quality is some of the worst around the world, especially for areas like Milwaukee, Waukesha, and even towards the rest of the southeastern side of southern Wisconsin. We're still dealing with that stubborn smoke, and it's going to stick around not only for today, but even heading into tomorrow as well. Air quality advisories are in effect until noon Thursday for much of southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois until midnight into our Thursday morning, and in parts of Minnesota are going to be until midnight also for Thursday morning. But watching where that smoke is going, it looks like it's going to be clearing up once we get into the overnights, but actually, folks, once we get to the Wednesday, we are going to see it resurge its way once again as that wind starts to shift coming in from the south. So air quality for Waukesha, Dodge, and for Milwaukee is very unhealthy. Honestly, at this point, we recommend you to stay indoors and not even participate being outside. But for us, for the rest of southern Wisconsin, we're unhealthy, still limits your time outdoors. But coming into our Wednesday nights, we're going to be watching for some developments of some storms that will sweep their way through much of southern Wisconsin, which also leads us to potential slight risk for our areas into the northwest, marginal risk for us in Dane County and for the rest of southern Wisconsin. And getting into Thursday, we're still looking at a slight risk for areas in the far southeast as well, with marginal risk for severe storms getting into the rest of the southern Wisconsin area. We'll talk more about the weather and traffic in a few moments. It's Southern, over to you.
All right, Julian, thank you. We're taking a live look at the state capitol. I think it's
barely see
I think it's right here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources has issued a multi-day air quality advisory due to another round of smoke from those Canadian wildfires.
The current advisory is in effect through noon on Thursday.
Local health officials say these conditions can create health risks for many of us.
Our Catherine Merck shares some of the doctor's orders to stay safe with the smoke.
What's normally a beautiful view of the city of Madison's skyline from Olin Park today is more of a hazy one.
The level of air pollution, particularly from the Canadian wildfire, is quite high.
It can be difficult for even people without lung or heart problems to breathe in these conditions. The risks are higher for older adults, children and teens, and people with lung problems. At SSM Health, one doctor tells us there are ways to keep yourself safe, like using air conditioning instead of opening up the windows and spending time indoors instead of outside. One piece of advice the doctors have might sound familiar from the pandemic.
When the pollution levels are as high as they are right now, wearing an N95 mask can reduce the number of particles that we're actually breathing in that are getting into our airways and at risk of getting into our lungs.
Our First Warn weather team is tracking the latest conditions. Make sure to download our First Warn weather app to make sure you're getting the latest updates on air quality alerts. Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
And the DNR says it's not unusual for us to see smoke from wildfires in Canada, but this is the worst it's been in more than a decade. There are multiple fires burning in Canada right now, and this year's dry conditions meant an earlier start than usual to the Canadian wildfire season. The DNR says it's rare for them to issue this many air quality alerts, and this is some of the worst air conditions Wisconsin has ever seen.
Before this year, we haven't had a spring PM 2.5 advisory since 2011. So it's been a little over a decade since we had one, and we've had 9 this year.
The advisory applies to the entire state of Wisconsin, with the most unhealthy smoke impacts along the Lake Michigan shoreline, with the Milwaukee area seeing some of the worst air quality in the entire world right now.
Well, due to this poor quality of air in our area, tomorrow's Concerts on the Square has been postponed until Thursday evening. The Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra says the decision was made to postpone the concert to ensure the safety and well-being of our attendees, staff, and musicians. Tomorrow would have marked the opening of the 40th season of Concerts on the Square. The concert will now be played at 7 p.m. Thursday.
We know that the air quality advisory will keep many people indoors for now, but this weekend people are going to be hitting the water in droves. As boaters take to the lakes to celebrate the 4th of July holiday, the Dane County Sheriff's Marine and Trail Enforcement wants to share some reminders on boating safety. Alcohol use is the leading contributing factor in recreational boater fatalities and a leading factor in recreational boating incidents. This weekend, deputies will be on heightened alert looking for those in violation of boating under the influence laws.
It is easy to let the drinks get ahead of you. If you think you're in trouble on that, just don't drive your boat. I'll go one step further. If you can't solve that problem for yourself, if you call us and not operate your boat, we'll help you get back to shore without getting an OWI.
In addition to having a sober boat operator, the Sheriff's Office also reminds boaters to ensure there are enough proper life jackets for everyone on board, have a Type 4 throwable flotation device readily available, have a fire extinguisher on board, and make sure the registration is current and properly displayed. Wisconsin's top elections official could be out from her post soon.
That's if the bipartisan commission overseeing her agency decides to not give her another term, or if she doesn't get confirmed by the state Senate.
Political reporter Will Keneally is here with more on all of this. Will?
Well, Mark and Charlotte, the committee is meeting right now to go over Megan Wolf's appointment, which comes after a tumultuous few years at the state agency for her, including continued questioning of the process around the 2020 election. The 6-person commission gets to appoint the chief elections official, but she faces confirmation in the state Senate. And Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu told us earlier this month that Wolf would likely not get the votes needed in the state Senate. We spoke earlier today with someone who has gone through a similar process.
We certainly know what we're in for when we choose to accept an appointment that is subject to confirmation by the legislature or by the Senate. You know, that's perfectly appropriate for certain positions in state government. I think what's not appropriate is when those decisions are not based on proper factors. At this point, it's simply petty and it's political.
Mike Haas there used to be the state's chief elections official, but was rejected by the state Senate, paving the way for Megan Wolf to take the helm. Now, the bipartisan commission is currently meeting in closed session with plans to take up her confirmation at around 4:30 this afternoon, and we'll keep you updated on the latest throughout the night.
All right, well, thank you. Former president and current 2024 presidential candidate Donald Trump is facing federal criminal charges for his alleged mishandling of classified documents.
One of the key pieces of evidence revealed in the indictment was the transcript of an audio recording where Trump describes secret documents. Skyler Henry has more details from the White House.
CBS News has obtained an audio recording that Special Counsel Jack Smith refers to in his indictment, charging former President Donald Trump with mishandling classified documents.
Yeah. As president, I could have been less. No, I can't, but this is
According to the indictment, the recording is from a 2021 conversation Trump had at his New Jersey golf club with a book writer, publisher, and 2 staffers. Trump can be heard talking about a document he suggests was a plan from Joint Chiefs Chair General Mark Milley.
He said he wanted to attack Iran and what? He said this was done by the military and given to me.
Trump pleaded not guilty to the 37 charges he faces and claims this indictment is part of a political attack to keep him from returning to the White House.
They even tried to have me arrested. I'm a candidate. I said, wait a minute, I'm a candidate. You're arresting a candidate? Yeah, because you're leading. That's why we're arresting.
Trump told voters in New Hampshire he could face more charges as Special Counsel Jack Smith also investigates attempts to overturn the 2020 election, including a phone call Trump made to Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, asking him to find votes needed to win the state.
There could be others coming, like for a perfect phone call. Numbers will keep going up.
Raffensperger is scheduled to talk with investigators Wednesday. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Trump's trial for the government documents case is scheduled for August 14th, but Trump's lawyers are expected to ask to push the trial back to a later date.
Yevgeny Prigozhin owner of the Wagner private military company who had fought some of the deadliest battles in Russia's invasion of Ukraine, escaped prosecution for his aborted armed rebellion against the Kremlin and is in Belarus. The exile of the 62-year-old owner of the Wagner Group was part of a deal that ended the short-lived mutiny in Russia. President Alexander Lukashenko said Prigozhin and some of his troops are welcome to stay in Belarus for some time at their own expense.
A toxic algae bloom, commonly known as red tide, is threatening marine wildlife off the coast of Southern California. It sickened or killed hundreds of sea lions and dolphins and overwhelmed animal care centers. Officials say this is worse than in years past because of how widespread the bloom is.
And these sea lions are washing up at Santa Monica Pier, Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach, and they're seizing, foaming at the mouth, or completely unresponsive, kind of thrashed around in the water line. That's something people don't see on a regular basis and is frightening.
2 Orange County beaches were closed after seals were acting strange, including one that bit 2 people, sending them to urgent care. To help deal with this crisis, the Los Angeles Unified School District is loaning space to the Marine Mammal Care Center. The center is over capacity and will use this newly built triage area to treat more animals. Experts say while the algae blooms are a natural phenomenon, they can grow because of factors including climate change and runoff of chemicals like fertilizer. So how does the idea of drinking recycled urine and sweat sound?
Not appealing at all, right? Well, that's what NASA is working on doing inside the International Space Station. The agency has announced its engineers have found a way to recycle those liquids from astronauts on the ISS. They say while the idea might make some people squeamish, it is a way to meet one of the astronauts' basic needs, water, without resupply missions from Earth. Each crew member needs about a gallon of water per day for consumption, food preparation, and hygiene. NASA says the new system works to collect wastewater and moisture released into the cabin air from astronauts' breath and sweat, treat it and process it into clean, potable water.
So let's change gears. Something a little bit more tastier, right?
Yes, indeed.
The sweet Georgia peach. They may be in short supply this season.
The reason? The same problem we're having, a drought. We'll find out how bad the crop will be when Live at 4 continues.
Want to see some serious fireworks? Because we're stepping up the savings during the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Summit for only $299.99. Or save up to $500 on an all-new Tempur-Breeze and get a $300 gift. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress ends Tuesday the 4th.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy, been treating my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment if you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time. Long live dreams. And long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali and long live life.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
So the fastest growing sport in the U.S. appears to be causing millions of dollars in healthcare bills.
See? I knew there's something behind this. USB analysts say pickleball accounts for about 5 to 10% of unexpected medical costs. That's about $377 million. One factor is that seniors tend to play it, and a 2021 study shows they account for the vast majority of related ER visits. Common injuries include sprains, strains, and fractures. USB estimates the number of people who play pickleball could reach 22 million this year. Well, good news for inflation-weary 4th of July revelers.
The Independence Day cookout is going to be a little bit more affordable than it was last year. According to a survey from the American Farm Bureau Federation, families can expect to pay $67.73 for a 10-person cookout. Now, that is down 3% from last year's record high. The cookout includes 12 staple items. Hamburger buns, beef, and potato salad were up in price this year. Chicken breast, lemonade, and chocolate chip cookies saw price drops. Last year's average July 4th barbecue cost $69.68. While it's nearly $2 less than year, it is still the second highest on record. Costco is reminding shoppers that it's a members-only club.
Taking the hint from Netflix, Costco is cutting out membership sharing. If you are borrowing a friend's card, be prepared to say goodbye to Costco. Employees will be stationed at self-checkout lines to check members' ID cards. Costco said non-members shouldn't get the same benefits as card holders, and membership fees play a big role in the warehouse club being able to offer low prices. Netflix started the trend by stopping password sharing for people who don't share a roof. That's why they asked for my picture the other day.
Exactly. Prove it. Okay. Prove it. Well, Walgreens earnings took a tumble in the third quarter with customers spending less and the need for COVID vaccines declining. So a year ago, the pharmacy chain had earnings of $289 million compared to this year's $118 million. Now that coincides with 4.7 million COVID vaccines given during the same quarter last year. This year, that number dropped to less than a million. Walgreens executives say the chain is focused on ways to cut costs in an effort to raise profits for the upcoming year.
Stocks surged as Wall Street rebounds after a run of losses. The Dow Industrials gained 212 points. The Nasdaq added 219 points, or a point and a half, and the S&P 500 was up 49 points. Well, learning about a major threat to an iconic American fruit, the Georgia peach. Georgia is known as the peach state for its normally abundant crops.
In fact, Georgia produces more than 130 million pounds of the fruit every year, but not this year, as about 90% of the state's crop has been lost.
Farmers blame a warm winter, part of a changing weather patterns that seem to be here to stay. Mark Strassman traveled to the heart of the peach state.
This is my great-grandfather's farm.
Lawton Pearson's family farm has grown peaches for more than a century, but this year's harvest, the worst in his lifetime.
You've got peaches here, and that variety has nothing.
Not one.
Not a single peach. That's the way 95% of the farm looks.
His 1,500-acre peach crop, nearly a total loss.
You always hold on to hope until it hits you in the face that there's nothing here.
Sounds like the different stages of grief.
That's pretty much right. I mean, they all died. They're all my buddies. They all died, and now I got to deal with it.
Pearson's losing an annual challenge. It's something called chill hours. His Georgia peaches, always a diva fruit, generally need 850 hours under 45 degrees Fahrenheit to blossom. This year's crop, with climate change, about 700 chill hours.
And why aren't you just willing to say, okay, it's a one-off?
I'm hoping I can say that. I want to say that, but we are 20% off since 2016.
A warm winter plus back-to-back devastating frosts that killed off the early blooms. Farm-to-table Georgia peaches, this year, forget it. At Atlanta's Silver Skillet restaurant, owner Teresa Breckenridge says the cost of fresh peaches has tripled.
I can't afford the peaches right now, and the ones that you would buy, even if you could afford them, they're just not good.
And a restaurant's peach cobbler, they've had to switch to canned peaches.
There's nothing better than fresh, but you just have to have a plan B.
With a changing climate, Georgia farmers are searching for their own plan B. And it could look like this.
Each one of these is actually a pit from the fruit that we harvest from a cross that we made.
At the University of Georgia, Dario Chavez tries to breed a more resilient peach. His team's matchmaking slivers from the pits of different varieties. Selection criteria, size, color, and especially taste.
So some of these are hybrids with material from Florida.
But all good breeding takes time, and Georgia is running out.
It actually takes decades.
The short answer, you're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Continuing to grow peaches, it's potentially a risk.
Yeah, it is potentially a risk.
You know, we can't adapt without new varieties. But the number one qualification to be a Georgia peach is how it eats. I don't care how pretty it is or how tough it is or if it's if it's bulletproof. If it doesn't eat well, I'm out of business either way.
In all his unfruited trees,
those were killed, but they didn't have the decency to fall off. They just sat there.
Lawton Pearson worries about his future in peach farming.
If we are unable to continue to make peaches consistently, you really start to question whether this is a viable enterprise.
A challenge both economic and existential. Georgia, the no peach state. Mark Strassman, CBS News.
That's a little disturbing.
That is. It's a whole lot disturbing.
Things are changing.
Okay, we'll just keep our eyes on it again.
All right, it's a strange story of a disappearing North Korean soccer player.
We'll find out what happened to him coming up after Julian's First One forecast.
Are you sure about this?
I got this. I watched the video online. I'm good. I'm good. Oof. I can't help you with that bruised ego, but I can help you replace this roof safely.
Let the experts at Feldco do the heavy lifting this summer with 30% off roofing and siding. Plus, no interest until 2025.
30% off roofing and siding ends Friday. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This July 4th is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Congratulations to Madison Magazine for earning 9 awards in the Milwaukee Press Club Excellence in Wisconsin Journalism Competition, including top honors for Best Single Story or Feature Design and Best Feature Photograph. Take a trip to Paoli with Madison Magazine. See how this small community is using the best parts of its farming past to build a bright future. And watch the skyline as Madison leans into an epic growth spurt. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Well, take a look at this. Soon, you could have the chance to vacation in a real-life Barbie dream house.
Yes.
So this time, there'll be some signature touches from Ken. Starting July 17th, and Airbnb customers can book 2 one-night stays for up to 2 guests in this signature pink house in Malibu. It features a disco and a chance to shuffle through Ken's wardrobe. It comes ahead of the release of the Barbie movie next month.
I am so into that.
It used to just be white with pink trim, but now it's all pink because of the new movie.
Right.
Interesting. I'd be down for that. That looks kind of fun.
You can start applying or registering, whatever it is, July 17th. Ooh. It's like a few days before the movie comes out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I might throw my name in the
I
hat.
assume you're applying.
Yes. Did you see that slide that came out of the house?
The slide did look awesome.
Hello. Oh my God, there's not enough time to do everything in that house.
Ken letters in the pool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's some good stuff.
Malibu Barbie.
Hey, I'm with it.
All right. Anything to get away from this smoke.
I know. Please help us out.
I'm trying, guys. I really am. It's such a shame for all of us.
There's got to be some hope coming.
And it looks like there might be. So that's what we're going to be diving into with the first warm weather forecast, how long the smoke, and where the storms are coming in.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Looking to bring life to your Wisconsin Dells getaway? Bring your family, bring your friends, bring an extra suit, and bring on the water parks. It's time to bring out your best. Your best driving, your best sliding. Hey, your best friend just passed you up. Ready to play? Bring your A game. Ready to eat? Bring your appetite. Ready to bring it to the next level? Let's bring it all together. Summer in Wisconsin Dells. Bring it on. Go to WISC-TV.com and start planning your trip to the water park capital of the world today.
Does our foam insulation work? Listen to this.
The power in the neighborhood was out for 2 days in 95-degree weather. My thermostat only went up 3 degrees, and that's even with letting the dog in and out. It was very comfortable here.
And her savings were more than the insulation costs.
If you want to save money on your power bills, get USA Insulation. It makes a huge difference.
USA Insulation.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on the Chevy Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, it is smoky, not too bad in terms of temperatures, but it definitely smells like a campfire outside. It is going to be like that throughout the next couple of days for us. Getting into southern Wisconsin until noon Thursday is when we're going to have that air quality advisory in effect. But areas to the south and over to the west and north for Minnesota, Iowa, and for northern Illinois, that's going to be until midnight Thursday morning for the air quality advisories for them. Now, taking a look at the smoke in itself, we are not going to be seeing it being as potent as it was earlier this morning, but it's going to resurge as it wraps itself around once again for southern Wisconsin, getting into our Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. So for many of us who have already heard, concerts on the square has been delayed. And on top of it, expect if you're going to head to the duck pond tomorrow for the Mount's game to probably be at least postponed or canceled once again as well, as the air quality is still going to be an issue throughout much of our Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. Now, taking a look at our air quality forecast, it's unhealthy for many of us here in southern Wisconsin, but very unhealthy for a few areas as well. That's mainly towards Milwaukee, Waukesha, and even for Dodge County. So for those that are in the very unhealthy, definitely remain indoors. This is not the time to really kind of stretch your legs and see what it's like outside. Instead, for us and here in the rest of southern Wisconsin, again, try to limit your time outdoors and just try to stay safe. Now, taking a look at what we have outside of that. So yes, we have smoke, but we're also looking at some potential of severe weather. Marginal risk for much of southern Wisconsin, but areas to the north and west are under a slight risk, level 2 out of 5 for seeing any severe storms. And for the rest of us, again, level 1 out of 5 for that marginal risk. And that's just Wednesday. It's mainly going to be a heavy rain and a high wind event for any areas that could see some storms that are going to be moving their way through. And as we get into our Thursday, anticipating mainly for Thursday morning and Thursday nights. A marginal risk, again, will encompass almost all of southern Wisconsin, but areas just into the southern tips of Greene and Rock and also for Walworth counties could see that slight risk for going into our Thursday. So let's talk about our future track. It's going to be quiet as we get into the next about 24 hours, but once we get into our Wednesday night, that's when we're expecting a bit of change. So outside of the hazy skies, temperatures are going to be, once again, rather warm. Might see some showers early Wednesday morning, but then as we get into our Wednesday afternoon, it's staying on the quiet side, but those southerly winds are going to be moving that haze once again throughout much of southern Wisconsin. Wednesday night is when we're looking for the developments of a line of storms to be moving their way through. Now, it's a bit of some blowing action that's coming with it, so again, that's why we're going to be seeing mainly high winds to be the threat from any of these storms. We're looking for potentially throughout the next couple of days opportunities for showers and thunderstorms. So a quarter to a half of an inch for Madison. Areas to the southern tips of southern Wisconsin could see potentially a little bit more. Here's a look at our 10-day forecast. Again, don't hold on to those rain accumulation percentages because we could be seeing, since it's so dry, not a lot of us seeing widespread rain that could even equate to about a quarter or a half of an inch. But nevertheless, we do have opportunities to see some showers throughout much of the next few days and even some thunderstorms, especially at night. Heading into the weekend, we are drying out and heating up right on time for the 4th of July. Hopefully the smoke starts to taper off a bit so we can celebrate.
Oh, that would be nice.
Hopefully. All right, Julian, thank you.
Yeah. Well, North Korean soccer player Han Kwang-sung once made his name as the first person from his country to score in one of the 5 major European leagues. But that promising career was cut short when UN sanctions were imposed to repatriate all North Korean workers.
Han disappeared from the public eye, leaving fans wondering about his whereabouts. Paula Hancock speaks to his former coach and teammates about their former member's life and work with the team.
He became known as the Little North Korean. Bursting into the soccer world in 2017, Pyongyang-born striker Han Kwang-sung impressed teammates and coaches, rising to the heady heights of Italian giant Juventus, aged just 21. Then he vanished, his whereabouts still unknown.
He's losing the best years of his career.
Max Kanzi, then the under-19 coach for Italian club Cagliari, was asked to assess Han at the start of his career.
He was very fast and he took very fast decisions. And he was very, very good in controlling the ball, shooting with both feet, and he was very good talent, very good talent.
Signing him was a challenge, navigating UN sanctions ordering member states to repatriate all North Korean workers following a North Korean nuclear test in 2017. Han joined Cagliari as an academy player. Just 2 months later, he was playing in Serie A, the top division of the Italian soccer league.
Sinceramente è il primo gol in Serie A. Voglio bene, qui la gente è ospitale, Vivo lontano dalla famiglia, pero me siento come a casa.
A blockbuster $3.7 million transfer to Juventus followed, then a $4.6 million contract to Al Duhail in Qatar, his last sporting move. Winning the Qatar Stars League trophy in August 2020, this was the last time he was seen in public. Months later, a UN document showed Han had been deported in line with sanctions, boarding a Qatar Airways flight from Doha to Rome in January 2021. It is here that the trail goes cold. North Korea's borders are still shut due to COVID-19, making repatriation impossible. The former coach of the North Korean team, Jorn Andersen, tells CNN he believes that Han is still in Italy but cannot play football. An official close to the issue says that Han is last believed to have been living in an unspecified North Korean embassy. Now, we have reached out to Italian authorities asking for clarification on his whereabouts, but have yet to hear back. For Han, one of his former teammates says the tragedy is a promising career cut short.
You're dedicating your whole life to that, and it gets taken away from you because of political reasons.
Pennington says Han was well liked and fit in easily, but was always accompanied by an Italian man he called security. More likely, he was his minder, a common way Pyongyang monitors its own when overseas. Anytime Pennington asked about North Korea, he says the conversation ended abruptly.
He would just say, yeah, good, and that's it, nothing else.
Han was once a success story of North Korea's sporting aspirations. Only 24 years old, the young striker could now be a victim of its nuclear ambitions.
What a mystery.
Yeah, it is a mystery.
If he's in Italy, good for him.
Yeah.
Just stay.
Stay there.
Have a good time.
Coming up next here on Live at 4, Consumer Reports tests out some robotic mops for us to see which one's best.
And then at 5, this weekend should be an explosive one in southern Wisconsin. Our Kyle Pozorski tells us how to avoid starting fires.
Hy-Vee hot deals are back. 6-pack Pepsi products, $2.49 each when you buy 4. Whole seedless watermelon, $3.88 each. Lay's kettle cooked or rolled gold, $1.77 each when you buy 3. Get the hottest deals all week long at Hy-Vee.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop, like 4 Bobapedic mattresses that will knock your bunny slippers off. Get budget-friendly Bobapedic comfort with charm, just $3.99. Enjoy the comfort of my Synergy mattress. Looking for extra support and pressure relief? You'll treasure my treasure and my Lush mattress, topped with an innovative cooling cover with financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including 4 Senses House Cleaning for Best Cleaning Service. Vote today for 4 Senses House Cleaning and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Academy of Little Vikings for Best Child Care. Vote today for Academy of Little Vikings and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
If you're looking for the best way to buy a pre-owned Honda, look no further than Honda True. You get less to worry about and more benefits. Choose from 3 different tiers with up to 10 model years of Honda vehicles, inspected by a Honda-trained technician. Discover why Honda True means less compromise and more of what you love about Honda.
Allergies aren't fun for anyone, especially when they work their way into your home. But professional air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer can dramatically improve indoor air quality and significantly reduce indoor allergens. Installing our whole home purification system Restore will even help prevent the spread of airborne viruses and bacteria. If you want to significantly reduce allergy triggers in your home, call or go online to book a free inspection today.
Hy-Vee hot deals are back. Ground beef, $2.98 for a 1-pound roll. Special recipe brats, 8 for $12 when you buy 8, plus a 16-cent fuel saver. And Bush's baked beans, $1.68. Get the hottest deals all week long at Hy-Vee.
New at 5, the Wisconsin Elections Commission might get a shakeup. Find out if the top election official will survive Republican scrutiny to get another term.
Wildfire smoke levels will remain high over the next few days. One thing that could clear the air and help the drought is rain, but the chances for widespread beneficial rainfall remains low. At 5, I'll let you know how much rain we can expect over the next few days.
And ahead at 6, some Wisconsinites are struggling to breathe. We take a closer look at how air quality could be affecting you. That's tonight at 6.
Oh, you're killing me, Small.
Given the old weather satellite spin, we end up in Honolulu,
That's
Hawaii.
quite the spin.
81 degrees. Look at that water.
Oh, gosh, you know, watching that, you can really
Let's just leave this
swallow
on
some
for
news
the rest of the hour.
easily.
Just leave
Yeah,
that, just leave
that
that
is
there.
beautiful.
Well, when it comes to cleaning, everyone loves a shortcut. So imagine a product that mops your floors without you having to lift a finger.
Well, the future is here with something called a robotic mop. But are they too good to be true?
Consumer Reports expert testing reveals whether or not you can ditch that messy mop for good.
No one wants dirty floors, but few of us like cleaning them either.
I have a dog who I have to clean up after daily. I just hate it. It hurts my back, it hurts my knees.
Your knees may never have to hit the floor again thanks to this thing. It may look like a robotic vacuum, but it's actually a robotic mop. Never heard of a robo-mop? Consumer Reports' Tyler Investor explains what they are.
You have your more basic ones that you control via remote control, and then you have hybrid ones that are capable of both mopping and vacuuming. You can control these ones via an app.
Robotic mops are designed to clean hard surface floors like tile, vinyl, or some hardwood, but not carpet. To test how well a robotic mop can actually mop, CR's testers spill espresso and V8 juice on ceramic tile and vinyl flooring and then let it dry. The best robo-mops tackle the stains and leave a clean floor behind. Hint, models with spinning mop heads did the best job.
For our navigation test, we assess how well the mops are able to avoid obstacles. We see how well they steer on furniture, as well as how they interact with both cords and carpet fringe.
In CR's test, this pricey hybrid model from Narwhal came out on top, and it has an auto-clean function that will wash the spinning mop head as well. For much less, this basic Samsung mop matched the Narwhal test for test, but it won't clean itself. As a bonus, it can also be used as a handheld scrubber for surfaces like your shower. One downside of the Samsung, it's more than 5 inches tall, which means it may not fit under some furniture or the toe kick of your kitchen cabinets. If that's an issue for you, the moderately priced Bissell Spin Wave also did well in CR's test and is less than 3.5 inches tall. This is Shane Hogan.
So, what do you think?
How long does it take?
It's a long time, right there. CR says the model and its ratings range from 50 to 100 minutes.
100 minutes of that thing whirling around.
Yeah, but you don't have to do anything.
There you go.
So, pick and choose.
Well, as we reported at the top of the show, Wisconsin is under an air quality advisory until at least noon on Thursday.
We will find out just how unhealthy this air is for us from UW Health's Dr. Jeff Pothoff when Live at 4 continues.
A biker must always be on alert. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. We'll fight for the compensation you deserve. And there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhafels. The new Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with a one-of-a-kind cooling technology that feels up to 10 degrees cooler, allowing for a better night's sleep. Right now, save $500 on the Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress. Queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattresses are just $74 per month when using Steinhafels 72-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Steinhafels is your sleep solution destination.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
You got me. Tag. You're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. For the guarantee of high-quality promotional items delivered on time, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care. A framework for living well. Windows to take in the beautiful future. and is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
After a serious motorcycle crash, don't trust the insurance company. Call Gruber Law Offices first. We've been representing injured bikers for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
And a quick update of your traffic before we get to the 5 o'clock rush hour. Just note, we're looking at some pretty slow spots heading into the eastbound side towards Monona Drive as of right now. Right now, we're seeing those speeds dropping to around 27 miles per hour on the western side, and closer towards 51, we're looking at 32 miles per hour. Now, taking a look at both Highway 51 and even for 39. 39 is really on the slow side at around 12 miles per hour as of right now. So, disabled vehicle has really slowed the northbound side. And for 51, again, northbound is on the slow side because, again, of a disabled vehicle, which has slowed speeds into about 14 miles per hour. So expect some delays as we get closer to the 5 p.m. rush hour and getting into the rest of our day. It's going to do it for our traffic update. Over to you.
A still life fresco depicting a possible ancestor of the typical Italian pizza has been found on the wall of a house in Pompeii. That's the ancient Roman city that was wiped out by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius 2,000 years ago. But it can't be a pizza as we know it because they were invented in nearby Naples, and 2,000 years ago, tomatoes and mozzarella were unknown. So it's more probably a flatbread serving as a holder for various fruits and spices and a type of pesto sauce. Regardless, it's just a delivery system.
They are finding more and more stuff.
I know,
down there.
it's amazing, it really is. So the hot topic around southern Wisconsin right now is the air quality.
Or the lack thereof. The smoke from Canadian forest fires are now blanketing our area, actually reaching the ground. UWL's Chief Quality Control Officer, Dr. Jeff Potoff, is here. Thank you for being with us today. How much of a health threat is this smoke right now?
You know, for most people, I think assuming people are doing normal things like, you know, going to work, maybe running some errands, I think most people will tolerate it okay. But there is a subset of the population, especially those with underlying medical conditions, certainly respiratory problems, asthma, COPD, but even folks with, you know, advanced heart disease, risk for stroke, where this could create, you know, more significant problems.
So I was just talking to you about my Geo. He has asthma as it is, but we roll on the window for like a hot second and he starts sneezing, and then it almost looks like he's getting an allergic reaction to something, almost like peanuts or whatever. So it's like, what is in this?
Yeah, so it could be that there's allergens within the smoke, but even the smoke particles themselves are pretty immunogenic, meaning they stimulate your immune system to have a response. And that could manifest as difficulty breathing because there's inflammation in the airways. It could manifest with reactions, rashes of the skin as the immune system starts to attack that stuff that's in your blood. And that's where it's hard to predict who's going to have a more robust reaction versus not. So, you know, the overall safest thing to do is to try to stay inside, windows closed, but that's not that practical. If you are going to go outside, if you have an N95 that's tight-fitting, that will prevent you from breathing these particles. That's helpful. Or at a minimum, try to minimize how long you're outside or how much you're exerting, so you just take in less of those particles than you otherwise would.
Well, actually, some bunch of guys that are working outside, construction guys, working outside all day long, exerting themselves. that can't be good for them.
I mean, some people will do absolutely fine with that, but as these particle concentrations get higher and the air warnings get a little bit more severe, the percent of people who are going to have symptoms starts to increase. So some people will get away with it. They'll be like, well, that wasn't so bad. Someone else is going to be like, boy, that was a really rough day. I'm coughing, I'm sneezing, my eyes are itchy. It's just hard to know who's going to have it and who's not.
So I have to walk the dogs.
Yeah, I was going to say, what about the dogs and the animals? And
Yeah, I think what I've been telling people is, you know, if you want to take your animals out, things like that, certainly this isn't the day that I'd, you know, play catch with your dog, throw in the tennis ball and have him run around 100 miles an hour. But, you know, a regular walk, if you have asthma, COPD, make sure you have your inhalers with you. And if you really want to keep yourself from getting exposed to it, just throw in that N95 for the duration of the walk and call it good.
Another topic, what about this new statin alternative?
Yeah, this is a report out of JAMA, and the medicine we're talking about is benzoic acid. If we look at cholesterol, a lot of us will have elevated cholesterol as we get older, and that cholesterol creates plaques in our arteries that then rupture and cause heart attacks and strokes. That's bad. So we have medicines for a long time called statins. So things like Lipitor, Crestor, I think a lot of us are familiar with that. Unfortunately, a small amount of the population, 15%, 20, so maybe not that small, will get muscle breakdown when they take a statin, and then they're kind of left out there not being able to manage their high cholesterol. This new medication won't cause that muscle breakdown. It doesn't reduce cholesterol quite as much as a statin, so it's second line, but it provides some protection, some reduction in cardiovascular disease compared to those folks who before really didn't have much they could take.
is this something that a doctor will hopefully tell you about, or should you bring it up with your doctor in your next visit, or maybe you might chart them now?
I think if I'm someone out in the community, I'm like, what's going on? I would ask my doctor, hey, talk to me a little about cholesterol. What's my cholesterol level like? Lots of times we can reduce cholesterol through lifestyle changes, increased exercise, better diet. When that doesn't work, we start talking about medications. Statins are first line, but for those folks who don't tolerate it, this is a second line. This is something you want to talk to your doctor to get figured out.
Let's say have an alternative.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, you bet.
Breathe easy out there.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Jeff, thanks. We'll have a final figure forecast coming up.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
We're here today to set the record straight about Dupuytren's contracture. Surgery is not your only treatment option. People may think their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including 4 Senses House Cleaning for Best Cleaning Service. Vote today for 4 Senses House Cleaning and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
When you get Spectrum One, you get fast, reliable internet for $49.99. Then, surprise, you find out you're also getting free advanced Wi-Fi with Security Shield. Another surprise, you're also getting a free line of unlimited mobile with 5G. Surprise, it's me. With Spectrum One, you're gonna be very surprised by all the free stuff you get. Or you would be if I hadn't already just told you. Still, when you get in there, could you act surprised? Well, something for the people in the store. Spectrum One. Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile. All for just $49.99. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Want to see some serious fireworks? Because we're stepping up the savings during the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Summit for only $299.99. Or save up to $500 on an all-new Tempur-Breeze and get a $300 gift. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress ends Tuesday the 4th.
The Wisconsin Elections Commission might be shaken up. Find out if the top election official will survive Republican scrutiny to land another term. Plus, there may be fireworks restrictions for the July 4th holiday weekend. We'll share what experts are saying coming up next at 5.
Celebrating 40 years of Concerts on the Square. Join us on Thursday as we discover how this iconic event helped shape the spirit of Madison and made it an integral part of our community. 40 years, no rests. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
And we have that air quality advisory in effect until noon for all of southern Wisconsin, but to our neighbors, this will be until midnight for our Thursday morning. Outside of that, folks, we also have, again, another unsettled pattern for us that could bring in severe weather for some areas. We're talking marginal risk for much of southern Wisconsin from Dane County areas to the east, and a slight risk for areas to the north and to the west. And that's just for Wednesday, because Thursday, we are looking for that marginal risk to stick around, but closer towards the Illinois state line is where we're going to see, again, a slight risk for any kind of severe storms here in southern Wisconsin. So we're going to be breaking all that down coming up at 5 with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulty.
All right, Julian, thank you. Tomorrow on Live at 4, wildfire smoke in your children. What is exactly in that smoke?
And it's Gay Pride Month. CBS travel editor Wendy Gillette tells us gay travel is a big business and ever-changing. That's tomorrow on Live at 4.
It's the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit for only $299.99. Plus 6 years, no interest, and free shipping. But hurry, the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentyx works for me.
Cosentyx helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentyx.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
You got me.
Tag, you're it. Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Wrap up that bathroom project with 11% off at Menards. Our great selection of Lion showers, bathtubs, and surrounds are a great way to start your remodel. This elite tub and shower surround is now just $519.99 after rebate. Finish your remodel with Elger toilets. They feature a slow close lid and have a patented EverClean surface, keeping your toilet cleaner longer. Got this tall Diplomat toilet, now only $159.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I went to Angie and typed in pool,
water heater,
cleaners,
garage, interior painting, exterior painting.
For whatever project you need, there's an option.
Oh, I have another project. Let me try this.
Get started at Angie.com today.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
It's the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit for only $299.99. Plus 6 years, no interest, and free shipping. But hurry, the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
In today's Final Touch, a close encounter between a humpback whale and a kayaker in Australia.
The video is amazing, and so too is the commentary from drone pilot Jason Eagleton. Watch and listen.
Wowee. I don't even know if this guy knows. Mate, do you know there's a whale just following you? Right out front on the beach, really close.
I think he knows, probably.
Wow.
This humpback was super curious and followed the kayaker for almost an hour. The humpback migration from the Southern Ocean towards Australia's east coast from June to August takes place every year. Some 5,000 whales have been spotted along the coast this year, which is a considerable increase from years past.
That is amazing.
And they're pretty docile. I mean, they're not.
Thank goodness.
They're not going to attack. There's some swimmers in the water with them as well.
Oh, wow.
All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow.